Hello there, and welcome to our review of The Bad Batch, Episode 9,
Season 2.
The Crossing. Joining me as always, the Sith Holocron, Naomi. How you doing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is I, the Jedi Holocron, Tyler. We are back with some more Bad Batch.
Yes.
They're back.
They are.
They're echoless.
They don't have an echo anymore, which is a shame because they were in a cave this episode.
Yeah, they could really use an echo in a cave, to figure out what's up.
They really could.
So what did you think of this episode?
I liked it. I liked the Tech and Omega stuff.
Yes, very good.
I was a little worried at the start of the episode. Like, I thought it was just going to go back to normal right away.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we spent some time, dealing with it.
Yeah, that was good. They did spend some time dealing with the echo of it all,
Yeah.
But...
Because, I do kind of like that in the last episode we saw it from Omega's point of view.
What, Echo leaving?
It was just such a, there was no, lead up to it. It was just suddenly he's leaving.
Yeah.
Because they talked about it off screen because we were following Omega.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be an extra level of shock for a child.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how, it was cool. The cool way of them dealing with it through through Tech is because he's emotionally challenged because he's very
neurodivergent.
What's the word for people who are like that? They're not emotional, but they everything's logical and fact driven. And there's a word for it, but I don't know.
Isn't that like some level of autism?
Maybe.
That's why I just say he's neurodivergent.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I'm not here to diagnose, but he has some.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that. Mm-hmm. And, him explaining, no, I do feel emotion, just not the same way as you.
Yeah. And also, he's been through it. He's lost a lot of clone boys and... people, like you said, people have left and he just got used to it, but not Omega.
It's a good thing he's also not somebody who gets attached to their ship.
Yeah, because
he's the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Ordinarily in Star Wars, pilots are pretty attached to their ship.
Yeah, absolutely, but not Tech. He's not attached to anything.
Well, not in the same way as other people.
Yeah,
very adaptive man.
Yes, I really did like the line of Omega, we're a family, aren't we? And then she's like, why don't you act like it? And I'm like, oof. That's sad and true, but, it's just the way Tech is. Yeah,
it's just how he's built.
Yeah, that was a good line.
Part of his mutation. Yeah. Yeah, I liked the episode. I liked the family dynamic, as always.
Yeah. This might be my favorite episode other than the double one and the crosshair one. That's probably number 4.
I think if we're not counting the two-parter or the crosshair, this is easily the best one outside of those.
Yeah. Which kind of, for me, is disappointing because throughout this whole episode, it was good. But I'm just deeply frustrated with this show. I was mad through a lot of this episode.
Yeah.
This show's just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
The plot's not there. I love them as a family. I want to like it more. But this show just does not work for me week to week. It just doesn't.
Yeah, week to week really hurts it.
I honestly think we should stop reviewing it once Mando starts.
Yeah.
And just wait for it all to build up. But that's a discussion for us to have later.
Yeah.
But this show is just deeply frustrating to me because I want to love it, and there's parts of it I do love, but this show just doesn't have a fucking plot. And then you spend fucking 6 episodes fucking doing random shit, and then for Sid, and then you're doing shit for Sid, and then she's a bitch and not coming for you. And also, I'm kind of afraid we're going to be spending way too much time with them. Do you think next week we're back, Sid got him out, it's been a few days? Or do you think... it's just them being lost for 3 episodes?
I'm not sure. I could see it them being lost for at least another episode.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
It just we do have 7 episodes left, right?
No. I think so, yeah.
And I don't know, I just need more. Like, the show just doesn't do it for me week to week.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, like... I'm kind of hoping... Here's my hope for the rest of the season right now.
It's like, we haven't seen Crosshair again. We haven't seen Cody again. Like, I don't know where the fuck this show's going, even with the setup from last season.
That's why I feel like I'm really hoping that next week is, like, sort of a breaking point for the rest of the squad.
Yeah, like, what do you mean, like...
Like, just, like, you know...
They're getting frustrated with, like... Maybe, like, that becomes a plot point. Like, they're frustrated with their, like, mission-to-mission week stuff, and they're like, Sid didn't help, we need to do something bigger, or, like, we need to fucking settle down, find a home.
Yeah,
for Raise Omega, like...
That's what I'm kind of hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Because it definitely, like... Because Echo was the one who was always fighting for that, to, like, actually do something, and then he left.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that that's, like, the catalyst for, like, Wrecker and now Tech, maybe, and Omega to be like, we need to actually, like, do something.
Yeah. And you could tell they were frustrated this week because they were, like, very hard on each other when they were fucking up this episode. So maybe it'll boil over and, like, it'll be like, what are we doing?
That's what I'm hoping next episode is.
We keep doing missions where we fail and we don't get any paid, and then we need help, and the person sending us this mission are fucking helping us. Because they did set up a Sid turn, like, in the Sid episode.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, the guy's like, don't trust her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe that arc begins next week where they're just like, we gotta fuck Sid. We gotta fucking end her.
Well, I don't even think that.
Steal from her and move on.
I don't even think that. I think it's just like... They're like I think it'll be more along the lines of they just realize like it's not consistent. Like she doesn't really care about them.
No, it is consistent. They're consistently not getting paid.
Hey, this time they have something that lets them get paid.
Do they actually have any when they leave though?
No, they only used one cylinder. There was like 12 in Omega's container.
That's true.
She drilled out everything that she could see.
Yeah.
So this time hopefully they take their pay and then they leave.
Right. I'm going to look up the title of the next episode because I'm curious if that will give me any indication of what's coming.
I kind of want them to still be stranded because I feel like that would be a good way to explore like the catalyst of just like what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
You know? Because if next episode starts and they're already off planet again, then that just means like it's more back to normal.
No. Okay. So I'm scared. The next episode is called Retrieval, which I think is very possible for it to be more of the whatever
they're the one getting
now.
Retrieved.
Yeah. Then we got Metamorphosis, The Outpost, Pabu, and then with 3 episodes left, we get the episode called Tipping Point. Maybe like I can't wait 4 more episodes for them to have a tipping point. you know. And then the Summit and Plan 99.
Yeah.
What is Clone Force 99?
That's them.
That's them, right? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Clone Force 99 is just like their like official name.
Yeah.
Whereas Bad Batch is like their colloquial name.
Makes sense, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping. Well, like, I imagine it'll be like... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be like this is like part of like the build-up to the tipping point.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long they're like stranded and like if Sid even like really gets them out.
Yeah. Like I'm hoping, like I really want them to still be stranded because I want like one of them to talk with Hunter and just be like, what are we fucking doing here?
Right. Yeah, like what are like at a certain point you gotta ask, what are you doing? You don't have allies, but the allies you do have are fighting the good fight. Like they're doing the big stuff. Y'all just like with Sid, who's just like kind of helping you, but kind of not, and I don't know. They need a purpose. They need a purpose. They have no purpose, and it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I'm hoping,
especially when I'm watching one episode a week.
Yeah, one episode a week is really rough.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping, like, assuming if it is like we don't reach that point until the semi-final episode. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm really hoping that just means season 3 is where it's, like, full,
like, we just go full on, just, like, fucking, it's all, like, Clone 99 versus the new clones, or the Stormtroopers, the like, that kind of shit.
I feel like it's going to end up being something like along the lines of whatever is going to happen to the regs now that they're no longer the military.
Yeah.
Like, the Empire's just going to abandon them.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I assume that's the eventual plot, right? Of them trying to help them as the other clones as they get they realize that they're getting phased out and they're like, oh shit, they're going to kill all our brothers.
Yeah.
Like...
Except the 501st. I'm pretty sure that's still canon that Vader kept all of his clones.
Yeah, that would make sense. But, like... What was I going to say? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I don't remember. It was going to be... I don't remember. It was going to be something about, like... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's mostly the weekly that hurts it so much.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, because if it was like bulk releases, I wouldn't really care about having like just sort of like one-off episodes like that.
This show would be perfect in honestly 4-episode releases.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because let's be honest, like, I'm gonna lose even more interest in this show when it's airing on the same day as a Mando. Like, come on now. Like, you know?
Yeah, they should drop all of them.
Like, this show should be done before Mando comes out.
Yeah.
But no, like, there'll be fucking 5 episodes competing with 5 episodes of Mando. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then Mando will lead to, like, May the 4th, and there'll be all the May the 4th stuff, and, like they have content. And plus, like, Marvel for, like, Disney Plus. Like, there's so much shit they have. Like, The Bad Batch isn't...
They don't need to be spacing it.
It's just not doing it for me right now. As much as I feel like if I watched this season back in, like, 2 sittings, I'd like it a lot more.
Yeah.
But this show just does not work week to week.
Yeah. The release schedule is rough.
But it's like the last 2 episodes were fucking bangers.
Yeah.
Like... I want them to... That's what I was going to say. I want them to see them more... Like, honestly, like, yeah, The Bad Batch. Like, but, like, I don't give a fuck about The Bad Batch right now. Just, like, show me more of, like, what's happening with, like... Now that the clones are being faced out with, like, Crosshair and Rampart and Palpatine. Like, show me that shit. Like...
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping, at the very least, that Season 3 becomes a lot more focused.
Yeah. It's not being Clone Wars enough. In the fact where, like... It's like it's not Rebels and it's not Clone Wars. It's like in a weird in between where it's like we're not completely focused on these one things when it works, but like they're focused on like the Crosshair side and the Empire, and then like the Bad Batch doesn't have any fucking like purpose compared to like Clone Wars where it goes all over the place and shows stories of other things, which I think would work better for this show.
Yeah,
with the way they have it right now, instead of like random like.
Yeah, I think the way you explained that was a little jumbled mess.
Yeah, I was.
So the point of what you're saying is like Clone Wars was very much like anthology.
Yeah, all over the place.
Rebels was a lot more focused near the end. Even though season 1 of Rebels is very unfocused.
Yeah,
and even parts of season 2, but relatively more focused.
Yeah, but
at least with they had an overarching plot.
Yeah, there's like a purpose.
And Bad Batch is somewhere in the middle that doesn't fully mesh.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, because like because we have the Bad Batch, who's like the Rebels, who the family that we care about. But like, there's also other interesting stuff going on, which they're not exploring, which they could do like Clone Wars style.
Yeah,
like all this stuff going on, but then the family doesn't have a purpose.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing? What are you like? If their real goal was like to just like live and make Omega like build a life for Omega, they're not doing that either. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially when you keep fucking failing jobs you can't even make money for.
They have resources this time.
Honestly. Call Child Protective Services. Get Omega a new home. Like, they're not doing it.
Hey, this episode, Tech was the one really trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming... Do you
know me the funniest part I think could kick everything off if they get back to Sid with the shit and she just doesn't pay them?
Or she just does. I mean, I imagine it's going to be like she just never helps them.
Yeah.
And maybe like the person who stole their ship like lives on this planet or something.
Yeah.
And they find him.
I love how there's like a faceless, nameless character we're never gonna see again just stole their ship.
Well, I assume we're gonna see him again.
Honestly, I'm kind of down for them to not get the ship back.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, break the home up. Like, this is it's valuable for Omega to learn. And also, let's talk about this. Do ships not have locks? Like, what the fuck's going on?
No, as far as...
In every Star Wars thing I've ever watched, I never really processed it, but, like, why are ships so fucking easy to steal?
They always have been, yeah. It's not even... Like, it's not specifically a Bad Batch problem. That is a, like, franchise-wide problem. Seemingly, the only way we ever see ships really get locked down anywhere is when it's, like, with a ground, like, magnetic lock.
Right, but didn't, like, Mando have problems with the Razor Crest too? Like, people...
Yeah, Jawas disassembled his ship. Like, Star Wars ships have no security.
Yeah.
There's no lock on any ship.
Which is crazy.
Like, the doors just open.
Like, there's not even keys to start. You just press buttons.
Yeah, like, there's no keys. There's no nothing. That is like every ship in Star Wars.
Star Wars has a ship security problem.
They do! Unironically, they do!
We need to go to the Galactic Senate, and we need to get the ship corporations who produce all these ships to put security on the
ones, the Corellian ship manufacturers. Yeah. You know what it is? It's they do it on purpose, so then when the ships get stolen, you gotta buy another one.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Capitalism.
See, at first, because I've thought about that numerous times in the past, but I always think like, oh, it's usually like outer rim ships that don't have security, so it's like kind of like scrap ships and shit like that. But then the more I think about it, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure we've seen like people steal ships from like Anakin and Obi-Wan before, and they have like military ships. Like,
yeah,
ships just have no security across the board. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes sense, if you're like on Tatooine. Like, ships there wouldn't have security.
Yeah, like, even fucking Venators are easy to steal, like, fucking capital ships. Like, you just gotta get a little, like, you just got a little R2R.
Well, at least that one had, like, a little bit
There's a little bit of security.
That one had a little bit more effort involved.
Yeah.
And that one is also harder to steal, because in order to adequately fly it, you need, like, 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Star Wars ships in general have no security.
It's bad.
There's a lot of those weird little, like, universe details in Star Wars that I find fascinating. Like, just there's no security anywhere. The only security that anything in Star Wars has is occasionally cameras, but mostly just armed guards. There's almost never, like, any form of... there's no, like, locks, really, because any astromech can just get it.
Yeah.
The Scomp Link is... You know what it is? It's the Scomp Link.
Yeah.
The Scomp Link ruined the universe.
There needs to be like this is an opportunity. Who's gonna fix this? Like, they can make so much money.
Yeah, Tech should make ship locks.
Yeah, just like build an empire of like. That's how you support Omega. Be the galaxy
capitalist.
You be a capitalist. Protect the fucking shit Omega by fucking making money by producing ship security or. Fucking, like, just a key! A fucking key! But then they would just have an astromech that has, like, a key attachment that's just, like, a skeleton key. I think that's what it is. They're so advanced. Astromechs are fucking everything up.
I think that's what it is. Star Wars is so advanced that they can't keep up with, like, unlocking technology.
Yeah.
They can't make locks sophisticated enough for unlocking technology.
Yes.
Which I feel like is the inverse of how it normally is in sci-fi.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Just fascinating. Mm-hmm. Maybe there is like a Star Wars ship that has security. Somewhere.
I've never seen it.
But I've never seen it. I have only ever seen ships get stolen all the time.
That's why they're always like hidden, like in a swamp, in like hiding like way off planet.
Yeah,
like, that's why people be hiding them all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's why Luthen parked so far away in Andor.
I just don't get like it just baffles my mind, especially with this episode. Like theft. Like the dude didn't have any, like, supplies or, like, a weapon or that we know of. Or, like, didn't, like... How do you get... Like, why is it so easy to get in a ship? Like, I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like ships don't even have security because there is, like, such an abundance of, like, unlocking.
Yeah, like, even just, like, a fucking, like... you put your, like a fingerprint thing. It's like, only these people can access the ship, like...
You would think. Kind of wild that they have worse security than we do.
Yeah.
We at least have locks. But we also don't have astromechs, so, you know, like... Droids really ruined the galaxy, I guess.
They really fucking shit up.
Astromechs really did kind of ruin the universe.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is safe.
Or sacred.
Yeah, I'm, like, genuinely trying to dig through my brain to think if there has ever been a time where, like, there's been any security on a ship.
Yeah. I think that might also just started, like, me being mad about this episode, like, when I was just like, how is it so easy?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, what? Honestly, if I was in... Like, based on my knowledge of Star Wars, if I was in Star Wars, I would just be a ship smuggler. I would just steal ships all day.
Yeah.
Like... If we ever do another Star Wars D&D, that's what I'm going to be. I'm just going to be a person who steals ships. That's all I'm going to do.
I mean, yeah.
All I got to do is open it.
I mean, maybe that's what this kid was.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Little Hondo.
This is why, you know, at first they had the 2 guards. You leave one with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the ship is parked out of view.
Fucking
wild.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this episode?
No, you know what this is still just related to the ship
still
thing.
Ship meta? Yeah.
What they need is every ship needs to be, like, sentient. They need AI ships.
Right.
Because then it can just lock itself.
Or just, like somehow, like, motor function doesn't work unless, like, a bunch of things are met, like...
That's what I'm saying. You make it sentient. Give the ship a soul so that then it just won't work for people who come into the ship. Like, they can still just walk into the ship, but it just won't take off. Because the ship's alive. That's what they need. Make every ship an astromech.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's my security proposal.
Take it to the Senate. Get $1 billion contract.
Tech should make it, and then sell it for a fortune, and then they can raise Omega in peace.
I like to think there's, like, a small, like, subsect of, like, on Tatooine and, like, somewhere there were, like, there's, like, the Senate doesn't care about us. They're stealing our ships. There's no ship security. Very Republican of them, like...
No, not very Republican, because in this case, they're correct.
Yeah.
So... This is one of those, like, 1 in a million times where, like, the weird conspiracy theory would be real. Of, like, them ship producers don't make the locks because they know we just need to buy more ships afterwards.
Right.
I'm going to be thinking about that for, like, the rest of the week, honestly. About Star Wars ship security.
It's fucked up.
It is. It is a travesty.
Do you know what we gotta do? That's why we need cars. Get rid of ships. No more interplanet travel.
The Ghost never got stolen.
I don't think so.
I think because Hera, like, never left the ship.
Yeah, like, when you think about it, because it's always like Luke's ship never got stolen, right? Like, Poe's ship never got stolen. Like, TIE Fighter's easy to steal.
TIE Fighter's easy to steal. Well, and nobody stole, like, Luke's or, like, Poe's ships just because we don't ever see anyone looking for it.
They did steal the Falcon, though.
They did steal the Falcon, but that was also in a scrapyard.
Yeah.
Or, like, just on fucking Jakku.
Mm-hmm.
Like... And also, I would not expect the Falcon to have security.
Yeah, no. But the Falcon is kind of sentient. There's L3 in it.
Yeah. But not, like, fully sentient.
Yeah.
Not sentient enough. It needs to have a voice. Starships need to have an AI.
It's like the inside of an Iron Man suit.
Well,
Just
yeah.
talking to him.
Yeah. I compare it to, in Mass Effect, your ship has an AI. Like... That's how you fix it.
Like in Borderlands, Ice Cube's character.
Yeah! No, genuinely, that was...
Ice Cube, Ice-T.
Ice-T, yeah. See, I don't know people.
The cool one from Law and Order. Not the anti-vaxxer one.
I don't know people, so I'll just let you handle all that.
I think Ice Cube is an anti-vaxxer who's, like, a good actor and musician, but, like, that other guy from Law and Order.
Was he the one in the Gamer episode?
Yeah, he's like... He always tweets, like, gamer tweet and, like, tweets gamer stuff. It's really funny.
That's kind of fire, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I think it's Ice-T. Yeah, but, like, he's the character they put in the
He's
ship
in Borderlands
3. Borderlands 3 spoilers. Bitch, I bet you didn't expect that!
But that is genuinely, like, an advancement that Star Wars should have. Because I feel like that's always how security is in sci-fi, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make locks advanced enough, so just make the ship alive.
We solved it.
We solved it!
Star Wars will be expecting a check for this.
Yeah, Disney, you can make all that check to Powerful Thigh Syndicate.
Yes.
I will be asking for no less than $100 million.
And we do not accept crypto.
No. Or stocks.
Or stocks.
But yeah.
That was The Bad Batch, The Crossing, episode 9. Will we review more? At least one more. We'll see. But yeah, stay tuned for more reviews. More everything.
If we don't review each of the other episodes, then we will at the very least do a finale review.
Yeah.
We'll
review all the other episodes, but they'll all release on the same day when we watch them.
No, just like one big review of like the ending.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll have to discuss.
We'll discuss.
But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. And until next time, fucking lock the ships up.